Women's soccer has been on a meteoric rise over the past few years, and 2024 is proving to be a landmark year for the sport. From packed stadiums to increasing investments, women's soccer is no longer just riding the wave, it's creating a tsunami of its own. Let's dive into how the game has evolved, why it's grabbing headlines, and what the future holds. Brace yourself for a thrilling journey through the booming world of women's soccer. A record-breaking FIFA Women's World Cup 2023. The FIFA Women's World Cup 2023 wasn't just another tournament, it was a global spectacle. Held in Australia and New Zealand, the event captivated the world with its high-level competition and nail-biting moments. Over 2 billion people tuned in to watch the tournament, making it the most-watched women's event in history. The final match between England and Spain alone drew over 90,000 fans to the stadium, a figure that rivaled the Men's World Cup. This was a pivotal moment for women's soccer, proving that it could generate the same level of excitement, passion, and revenue as the men's game. Beyond the numbers, the tournament showcased the skill, determination, and sportsmanship of female athletes on the world's biggest stage. With the Women's World Cup becoming a must-watch event, sponsors and broadcasters are eager to be part of this rising phenomenon. Rise of star power. The rise of women's soccer can be largely attributed to its star players who have become global icons. Athletes like Alex Morgan, Megan Rapinoe, Sam Kerr, and Mart have transcended the sport, becoming cultural icons and ambassadors for gender equality. Their influence isn't limited to the pitch. They are also making headlines for their activism, business ventures, and media appearances. From appearing on the cover of major magazines to signing multi-million-dollar endorsement deals, these players are proving that women's soccer can be just as marketable as men's sports. Their growing influence is also inspiring a new generation of young girls who now see a viable path to a professional career in soccer. With their relentless drive and commitment, these athletes are not just shaping the future of soccer, they're redefining the role of women in sports. Clubs cashing in. Women's soccer isn't just about the players. Clubs and organizations are also seeing massive financial gains. Commercial revenue for women's clubs has skyrocketed, with some reporting a 33% increase in year-over-year growth. This surge in revenue is largely due to increased investments in marketing and fan engagement. Clubs that spent more on promotions saw their commercial income soar, proving that investing in women's soccer is not just a social cause, it's a smart business move. For instance, clubs that invested over $100,000 in marketing reported an average of $1.1 million in commercial revenues. Merchandise sales have also played a crucial role in driving profits. This trend is only expected to continue as more brands realize the untapped potential of the women's soccer market. Stadiums packed to the rafters. Gone are the days when women's soccer struggled to fill stadiums. In 2024, major games are regularly drawing tens of thousands of fans, with attendance figures that rival those of the men's leagues. The 2022 National Women's Soccer League regular season set a new record with over 1 million fans attending games, and this trend is continuing into 2024. The Union of European Football Association's Women's Champions League also witnessed packed stadiums, with fans turning up in droves to support their teams. The Camp Nou in Barcelona, for instance, saw record-breaking attendance during women's matches, proving that fans are hungry for high-quality soccer, regardless of gender. This surge in attendance isn't just a fluke, it's a sign of the growing popularity and legitimacy of women's soccer. As stadiums continue to fill up, it's clear that the sport is here to stay. Investment surge. In 2024, investments in women's soccer have reached unprecedented levels. FIFA's Setting the Pace report highlights that more leagues now have title sponsors, and broadcast revenue has seen a significant uptick. In fact, 77% of women's leagues now boast title sponsors, a 24% increase in commercial revenues year over year. This surge in investment isn't just benefiting the top leagues, it's also trickling down to grassroots programs and youth development. Major corporations are beginning to see the long-term potential of investing in women's soccer, not just for financial returns, but also for the positive impact on brand image and social responsibility. With more money flowing into the sport, we can expect to see even more growth and development in the coming years. The Olympic stage. The 2024 Paris Olympics showcased the best of women's soccer on a global stage, bringing together the world's elite athletes to compete in a tournament filled with unforgettable moments. With 12 top teams vying for the gold, the tournament was packed with high-intensity matches that captivated fans. and brought new audiences to the sport. The U.S. women's team, under the leadership of their new head coach Emma Hayes, remained a focal point, continuing their legacy of excellence and dominating headlines. But it wasn't just the Americans who made waves. Teams from Europe, Asia, and South America also proved their mettle, showcasing their ever-growing competitiveness. The tournament not only drew in large audiences, with millions tuning in from around the world, but also highlighted the increasing globalization of women's soccer. The Olympic stage has always been a significant platform for the sport, and the 2024 tournament further solidified its position as a key part of the global sports landscape, pushing the boundaries of what women's soccer can achieve on the international stage. Grassroots growth. While the professional leagues are grabbing headlines with their star players and high-profile matches, the real, transformative growth of women's soccer is happening at the grassroots level. FIFA's latest report revealed that 70% of clubs now have girls' academies, with the average academy hosting around 78 players, a number that continues to grow annually. This focus on youth development is crucial for the long-term sustainability and competitiveness of the sport. Girls are being given more opportunities to play soccer from a young age, with better facilities, coaching, and support systems than ever before. These academies are not only breeding grounds for the next generation of stars, but are also fostering a love for the game that transcends the professional realm. Grassroots growth is helping to create a deep pipeline of talented players who will go on to compete at the highest levels, ensuring the future of women's soccer is bright. Moreover, these youth programs are also fostering a sense of community and belonging, encouraging young girls to pursue their passion for soccer with confidence, camaraderie, and the belief that they can one day reach the global stage themselves. Social media, the great amplifier. Social media has become a powerful tool in amplifying the reach of women's soccer. Platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter are flooded with highlights, interviews, and behind-the-scenes content, making the sport more accessible to fans around the world. The digital age has allowed women's soccer to bypass traditional media gatekeepers, connecting directly with a global audience. Fans can now watch live matches, follow their favorite players, and engage with the sport in ways that were never possible before. Social media has also given players a platform to share their stories, advocate for equality, and build personal brands. This direct connection with fans has been instrumental in driving the popularity of the sport, making it more inclusive and community-driven. Shattering cultural barriers. The rise of women's soccer is about more than just sports. It's about breaking down cultural barriers. For years, women's sports were seen as secondary to men's, but that narrative is changing. Media coverage of women's soccer is expanding, and the sport is being taken more seriously by broadcasters, sponsors, and fans alike. This cultural shift is being driven by the players themselves, who are using their platforms to challenge stereotypes and advocate for equality. The success of women's soccer is also encouraging more girls to take up the sport, creating a new generation of athletes who see soccer as a viable career path. As societal attitudes continue to evolve, women's soccer is poised to become even more prominent on the global stage. Thanks for sticking with us through this whirlwind of women's soccer awesomeness. If you're just as pumped about the future of the sport as we are, smash that like button. And hey, don't just be a silent fan, hit that subscribe button too. See you in the next video. Until then, keep kicking.